Go.
Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever the heck in the world you are. It's the notorious, glorious V, the Gorilla Economist, coming to you live with my main man, El Cuco, the master of the Fox Capacitor. And we'll bring you the news and views and all the information important to you. Check us out, roguenews.com. Follow us on Twitter at Real Rogue News. Rogue News on Twitter and every single podcasting app known to humanity, where everywhere you want us to be, plus a bag of chips. And also, guys, check out our sponsors that help keep the light bills on. Check out mycbdedibles.com, mycbdedibles.com for all sorts of deliciousness wrapped in and engaged in the CBD. Or you can also get the Watch Us Trade Room. Go to the Watch Us Trade Room. What am I saying? Or it's these not even competing products. What am I talking about? Anyway, long day, guys. Long day. Anyway. Yeah, so it's mycbdedibles.com, whether you need coffee, whether you need granola bars, you need doggy treats, all infused with CBD. Check it out, mycbdedibles.com. And then if you're needing to get into crypto, you need to understand crypto, well, go to the crypto school. Get an education over to thecryptoschool.io. And if you're ready to trade cryptos, you need to put on your big boy and big girl pants on. You're ready to trade with the big boys and big girls. Go over to the Watch Us Trade Room at watchustrade.io or WUT, what? WT.live, what.live, and you go there and you check it out and you make it happen. Okay, you make it happen for yourself, and you will be able to take part in probably the most exciting crypto market in the world. And people say, "You don't want to trade it." You know how much money's being made by people with the beatdown of Bitcoin? It is redonkulous at this point, folks. Redonkulous. So join the group, make it happen for yourself. It's you don't want to buy when it's high, you want to buy when it's low. You want to buy like my man. You want to get in like my man John D. Rockefeller would say, when there's blood in the streets. Again, it's not investment advice; it is entertainment advice only, because there's a lot of good entertainment over there. So check it out. WatchUsTrade.live. And with that being said, CJ, what's crack-a-lacking, dude?
Hey, V, good morning. Doing great. Hopefully all of our listeners are doing well. And how about you, V?
I'm doing great, man. We just had a great program. We did a great show over at The Gadfly. The Gadfly. That's no lie. Just stick it in my eye. I don't make no sense, man. But The Gadfly. We had a great show over there, so go check it out. If you haven't joined The Gadfly, what the hell are you waiting for? Like darn near 18,000 subs. Go over to The Gadfly. You will get the quartet, the Rebel Trinity +1, the quartet of the best geopolitical analysis on planet Earth. Go there to get it done. Jim Willie's there. I am there. London Paul is there, and Ken Shorten is there. And the man who's working the airwaves over there as well is the notorious, nefarious, and oh so furious El Cuco.
Word.
Check it out, man. Check it out. See, you know why? You know why you need to go to The Gadfly and why it's no lie. Here's a great article, bro. Google. Let's just refer to them as Scroogle, so the what's it called? The algorithms don't pick us up, and then we mysteriously lose 1,000 subscribers overnight.
Right. Mysteriously.
Just we're about to hit 18,000. All of a sudden, 300 drop off. What? I love it. Scroogle employees sought to block Breitbart from ads and emails. Show. Leaked email shows Scroogle employees plotting to ban Breitbart from Scroogle AdSense, which dominates the digital ad market. Can you say, CJ, why is everywhere I look some sort of either a cartel or a monopoly? I mean, why is everything's? I mean, people are like, we have capitalism. No, we don't have capitalism. We have cartelism.
Yes, indeed.
What do I mean by that? Well, go try to get a cell phone in this country. Who do you got? You got Verizon, you got AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint. Now, Sprint and T-Mobile are supposed to be merging. It's an on-again, off-again relationship. It's kind of rocky. They love each other one day. They hate each other the next. But then you have AT&T and Verizon. The funniest thing is, CJ, when you look at all their plans, they're all within $1 or $2 of each other.
Yes.
They're all like $5-10 of each other. It's literally not that big of a deal, right? So how's that really choice, man? Like, who's really undercutting the other guy? Like, who's playing it's like they all get together and they all have this cartel type talk. Hey, you know what? Your unlimited plan is $50. Yours will be $49. Yours will be $49.50. Yours will be $49.25. Yeah. These are the airwaves. You're gonna have this much airwaves, and you're gonna have this. You're gonna have the 900 hertz band, and you're gonna have the 1200 hertz band, and you're gonna have the 5G band, the 4G band, the 3G band, the IDEN band, the CDMA band, the GSM bands here, and we'll split it up this way, and it's a bloody cartel. It's a bloody cartel. It's like, I mean, who's the cell phone company that's coming in and literally taking it to the knees with the cell phones and whatnot? You know, it's a cartel. Look at it in the media business, right? You have tens of millions of quote unquote media outlets, but they're controlled by 4 companies.
Yep.
Cartelism. You go to your supermarket, like, oh my God, look at all this variety. All of it is all those companies, all those quote unquote food companies that you see, the brands, quote unquote, they're all owned by 4 to 6 different big agricultural companies own all that. Big food companies. I mean, how many brands does Kraft own? I mean, it's ridiculous. See, that's the whole entire thing. It's the illusion of choice, right? So so now you go to the internet, and what do you got? You got Scroogle. Scroogle just dominates the whole entire thing, and that's a problem when the major point of ad revenue that is needed for web-based businesses like us, CJ, who need to survive, who need to put a delicious taco in our children's mouths every night, who need to have some delicious shawarma and baba ganoush every so often, and maybe once in a while take a nice little vacation every so often. When we count on that revenue, and now that revenue, which is supposed to be innocuous, which is supposed to be unbiased and just let it flow, wherever the crowd is, that's where it should be. So that let the free market decide. No. See, the libtards at Scroogle, the SJW libtards at Scroogle, they can't leave well enough alone. They have to get their panties in a bunch and their nuts in a vice, and they have to decide where the revenue is going to go. So revenue could, instead of going to a powerful site like Breitbart, which gets tens of millions of visitors per month, it's going to go to some rinky-dinky, half-baked The Blaze. Okay, this is the type of things that need to get done away with. Google employees sought to block Breitbart from Google AdSense less than 1 month after Donald Trump took office, leaked emails from the company reveal. Scroogle employees sought to use alleged hate speech. It's all hate speech. What a bunch of pansies. As pretense for banning Breitbart from taking part in the advertising program, the emails show. Barring Breitbart from the advertising program would have a devastating effect on the site's ad revenue, as Scroogle accounts for 37% of all digital advertising revenue. Breitbart obtained the emails and published them. Monday night, one day before the Scroogle CEO, Sundar Pichai. Sundar Pichai. Jesus Christ. Is set to testify before the House Judiciary Committee. A Scroogle spokeswoman confirmed the email's authenticity to the Daily Caller News Foundation. That's going to bode very well to Sundar Pichai. Scroogle employees crowdsourced a spreadsheet of examples meant to show Breitbart engaging in quote-unquote hate speech as part of the internal lobby. See, when you're a Silicon Valley pansy, when you're a Silicon Valley blue-haired, overweight, Ben and Jerry's chugging, carpet munching pansy, the last thing you need to do is try to take on a professional journalistic organization and say that you have a spreadsheet showing hate speech. You're going to get shredded. You're going to get your rear end kicked. And then take this spreadsheet, give it to your CEO, Sundar Pichai, Mr. Pichai, and have Mr. Pichai get grilled in front of the Senate. My team has been reviewing the site on a frequent, at least weekly, from the original fake news kickoff discussion. Google Scrugel's director of monetization at the time. God, CJ, we're going to get in trouble for this.
That's all right. That's all right. Everyone needs to. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Jim Gray now is Scrugel's director of trust and safety. Look at that. He's the director of trust and safety because we need little bubbles to protect us, CJ. we need the Scrugel knows what's best for us. We need to listen to Scrugel. These little pansies, these little fruit knobs hanging out in Silicon Valley who sit around their circle jerk things. I mean, dude, have you seen one of these Scrugel company meetings where you got these? Have you seen that, CJ? Have you seen the video of that?
Yes, I did. Yes.
These guys were totally cucked out white dudes, right? Standing up, be like, hi, and he's holding his little smartphone in front of him so he could recite his verbatim what he wrote down during the company meeting. And he says to Sergey Brin and Larry Page, two cuck boys themselves, two beta males, and there are other beta males and the feminazis that are sitting in the audience. And he says it to them. Hi, my name is Devin. My name is Kevin. Gavin. And I'm here to tell you that as a white male, I feel so like, I'm going to every day try my hardest to check my white privilege. I'm going to do my best to curb my toxic masculinity. In fact, this morning I've punched myself in the balls, in the genitalia multiple times, and I feel good about myself. I've also drank a lot of soy milk, and can I also request that more soy lattes be made at the cafeteria over here at Scrugel? I love working for Scrugel. And I'm all about fighting racism, sexism, homophobianism, xenophobiaism, and all the other isms that we're against, and stop the hate and free Rodney King. I'm out. And again, I'm checking my white male privilege. That's the type of crap you hear. Richard Zippel, a Scrugel publisher, quality manager at the time, similarly noted that Breitbart was being closely watched. When sufficient violations have been found, we'll take action at the site level, Zippel wrote. Who is this Nazi collabo? Who is this Nazi collaborator right here? Zippel. It's unclear whether Zippel is still a Scrugel employee. Today, Breitbart has not been removed from AdSense. And Google spokeswoman denied that the company's advertising program is affected by political bias. Oh, of course, CJ. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Their advertising program is not affected by political bias. Wow. You see, ISIS could have a site up and have full-blown Google ads with beheading videos, and if I was a genderqueer, trans whatever who self-identifies, who gender identifies as peanut butter, I too could have a Google site without any problem. But if I'm a conservative or I'm a libertarian, and I'm espousing free market ideology and values, and I'm espousing the beauty of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, ooh, that's hate speech. Hate speech. We regularly and routinely review sites in our ad network to ensure compliance with our policies. These emails from early 2017 simply showed that AdSense team explaining that such a periodic review has been underway. The leaked decisions are the third example of Scrugel employees seeking to weaponize the company's products for left-wing political purposes. Of course, again, the pansies that work there at Silicon Valley cannot help but leave things alone. They just can't help it. The DCNF previously revealed that the Scrugel employees debated whether to bury right-of-center media outlets in the company's search function. The Daily Caller and Breitbart were specifically singled out in that discussion as media outlets to potentially bury. After Trump announced his initial travel ban in 2015, Scrugel employees discussed ways to manipulate search results in order to push back against the president's order. A group of employees brainstormed ways to counter we're here and we're going to counter our white male privilege. We're going to counter our toxic masculinity, and we're going to find ways to counter Islamophobia and homophobia and all the other things. So what do? They algorithmically bias results from search terms of Islam, Muslim, Iran, etc., as well as prejudiced algorithmic biased research. Search results from search terms in Mexico, Hispanic, Latino, etc. Of course, none of this is happening, CJ. This is all just figments of our imagination.
Yeah.
Right? This is just figments of our imaginations. Everything's fine, man. Everything is fine. I think we're just completely overreacting, CJ. Right?
Just a tad.
Unreal. Why would they want to, silence right wing speech? Why do they want to silence anything that's right of center? Well, maybe like this story right here that's found where on CNN, on MSLSD, on CNBS. No, right here. James Comey denies knowing Clinton law firm helped with the P dossier. I don't remember the name Perkins Coie at all. See if you can break that down for us, man.
Well, yeah, it's amazing. First, he wanted to testify in public because he knew that a public hearing would have been a lot more constrained. There would not have been as much time to allow the legislatures to really, drill down on some of his actions, the questionable actions. But now that he's saying that he's going to be 100% transparent, he's glad that he's given the opportunity to meet behind closed doors. It's kind of funny, V, that a majority of questions that he's been asked in regards to the dossier, in regards to his failure to properly investigate, the Clinton email scandal, that he can't remember a thing, V. He can't remember a thing, but yet he can publish a book. He can go on a speaking tour. But now all of a sudden he has a complete memory lapse of anything that occurred during that time period. And in fact, he wouldn't even really question of even discrediting the dossier, who was written by a former British spy, Christopher Steele. He didn't have any issue with that. So again, just the amazing to witness this, because you remember that time that whenever Trump fired him, that he purposely released his memo, his notes that should have been really government records, leaked them to his friend that was his attorney for safeguarding. Well, maybe he should come testify as well, V. But it's just amazing that all these people who violated laws, who really committed acts of treason, now that they're being held accountable, V, they can't remember a thing. But they can Comey can write enough to publish a book about the events and then go on a speaking tour. What's up with that?
No, CJ. I think you're overreacting here. What I did was I just wrote my notes down on a napkin and I gave it to my attorney friend. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything else. I did not know that Hillary, whom I was investigating and who I was exonerating, I wasn't investigating. I was exonerating her because I know that she's as pure as the wind-driven snow. That her law firm, Perkins Coie, did not. I had no idea that they were paid. I had no idea that she broke 14 BlackBerry devices with sledgehammers. These were devices that were subpoenaed to appear before the Senate Review and Senate Judiciary Committee. I had no idea that her bathroom. It's just not negligence. It's just there was no intent, CJ, and that's it. I have no intent. Nobody has any intent. And let's just all forget about this whole thing. There's no intent. What FISA fraud are you talking about, CJ? What FISA fraud is going? There's no FISA fraud. That's not a big deal that they unmasked American citizens. That's not a big deal that they used the FISA courts. They weaponized the FISA courts against a running presidential candidate, and then weaponized it all the more against the incumbent president, against the new president elect, and his staff and his office. There's no crime. There's no crime. There's nothing there that they lied about it knowingly and they put it. I think you're just completely wrong, CJ. Besides, my books right now, if you want, you can buy My book, you're from yours truly, James Comey. You can buy my book. It's on Amazon for 70% off, and I still can't get it to move. Dude, it is ridiculous. And see, let me ask you a question. Wasn't December 5th supposed to be some mass arrest or something like that?
December the 5th. The December. Yeah, it's supposed to be a very aggressive month to hold these people accountable. Now, I agree. I'm glad that he's having to go in because he possibly, when you look back at previous testimony provided, he potentially may have perjured himself from some of his previous statements. And so I'm waiting for that to come out, for them to go back and look at some of his other commentary, his testimony, versus what exactly he said or didn't say. And I think in part, that's why he used the I don't remember, I can't recall. I mean, he definitely, his incompetence in terms of the director as an FBI, he definitely established that and a reason for terminating him, since he can't seem to remember anything. But it's kind of funny, while he held position, when he felt that he had some sense of power, that he was able to recall everything. And I think in part that's why he is denying everything. He can't remember anything because he can't remember the story he made up.
Right. Exactly. I see. If I ever were to be brought before a federal court somewhere, I would say that I don't know. I can't. If I ever go to court, I'll be like, I don't know. I can't recollect. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't remember. I have no idea. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I don't know. That's just what I'm going to repeat myself over and over and over again. Siege. You think? And if I say that I wasn't grossly negligent, I was unintentionally careless. Unintentionally careless. I was not grossly negligent in anything that I've done. I'm completely innocent. I just been unintentionally careless. You think I would get a free pass, Siege?
Oh, I doubt it. I highly
Oh,
doubt it.
dude, they'd put a black cloth bag over my head and wheel me over to Guantanamo. You know, jeez, I'd be in a cell next to Walid and Hamid, sitting there trying to contemplate my life. And this is what needs to stop. The greatest morale boost the American public could have, more than the bloody economy, more than anything else, the greatest morale boost that the American public could have is to show them and to prove to them that their system, and that system I'm talking about is their system of law and justice, actually works.
Amen, brother.
That's the greatest morale boost, not the stock market being at X amount of percent, not the there's an infrastructure deal, not the wall, not any of that. If the American public can be shown that, hey, the law of the land still works and it applies to the lowest of the low to the highest of the high, that would be the greatest morale boost for this country in history. You will see a resurgence of love and a passion to the Constitution. It will bring back teeth to the Constitution, and we can begin. It will be actually the impetus that will start the reining in and chopping down and cutting up and tearing apart the vast bureaucracies of this bloated parasite that we call the government, Siege. I truly believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. Or, even if it's not to hold people accountable for their actions, but definitely things that we want. But, considering that for the most part, that the administration does have a good influence, a significant amount of influence decisions on the DOJ. I agree, separation of powers. But when we cover articles like talking about Google and the things that they've done, where's the DOJ? Where's the DOJ to step in and say, you know what, we've had enough of hearings. The evidence is pretty clear here. They violated antitrust laws. They control the search. They control the ad revenue. They control the algorithm. And most companies do. Most companies do have some type of a political action committee. Almost every industry does, and I get that. However, when it crosses over into denial of services, denial of potential ad revenue, and specifically doing and targeting because of companies, organizations that don't align around your thoughts socially or politically, those are clear violations. And how about just an antitrust lawsuit against Google? How about bringing them in and doing, just some glimmer, a sign that says, "Hey, the good guys are winning," and you know, we want to see those actions because that's what we want. That's what we had, hoped for and placed Trump in office. And I didn't even put it in the deck yesterday, V, but another kind of shot in the arm a little bit where the new justice as was appointed, they refused to hear the hearing in regards to a state's potential suit against funding Planned Parenthood. And they'd hoped that it had changed, but he denied it. He said no, the Supreme Court's not going to hear that. So again, just numerous things, whether it's prosecutions, whether it's some bringing these companies, getting them back in line, just some sign that the good guys are winning. V.
Yep. Very good points, my man. Very good points. Folks, again, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for listening. Hit the subscribe button. And I'm sorry for not being here as much as often. People are thinking, well, maybe he's over at the Gadfly all the time. Yeah, I am there. It's just a busy season for me. This is the end of the year. This is the busiest time. This is where I pretty much make my whole year and these first few months. So of between November, December, this is critical. So that's why I've been extremely busy. I apologize for that. But again, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are alerted to when we are on. And with that being said, CJ, take it away.